Hey everyone, it's me, Donna. I'm making this video to discuss some ideas about sweepstakes and all that, which I've made previous videos in the past, but I wanted to kind of update my thoughts and everything and to re-emphasize a good way that companies could really get their sweepstakes out there. Um, and I'm sure, many of you have realized that sweepstakes nowadays are far and in between, and or at least the good ones. A lot of the ones that are out now, there's just very few that I feel like are worth my time and effort. Um, they what they offer is not very great, and plus they want you to go through hoops and loops and dupes and all that mess just to enter. And some of them even have a thing to where you go through a lot of trouble, and then all of a sudden at the very end you end up on an error page. And I've noticed that with the HGTV websites and anything that's connected, the sister sites and all that. I've been noticing that you'll go, it'll ask you a question or whatever, and you go through the whole process, and then at the very end when you go to enter, poof, an error thing pops up, and there's no way around it. Like, no matter what you do, it still pops up an error, and to me that's annoying. And also, honestly, I think that it would be a good idea for them to lessen the whole daily entry and all that mess. How about just, to save time and trouble and all that mess and having to go through all these entries, just one time entry period for like a certain time frame. To me, that makes the most sense. Like, why don't these companies do that? Like, why do you constantly want someone to enter your sweepstakes daily when in reality they're not going to really check out your material? Like, they're going there for the sweepstakes, and that's pretty much it. In order to change that, I think that a good way would be to make things a little more entertaining. Like, if you want people to check out your website or your company for a specific reason, then bring that reason forward and let people kind of check it out on your front page at the beginning. Maybe set up a thing to where, for instance, let's say you want to I don't know, pick out the best product to advertise for. Well, set up a few items and let your viewers pick out the best one before they enter the sweepstakes. Okay, and then the one that's got the most votes wins, and then they will be added, like, throughout the process of voting. The person enters their name, address, phone number, and all that stuff, and then they've got an entry into your sweepstakes. Same thing. Say, for instance, a company like HGTV, and I'm not just picking on them, but I mean, things just, that just pops out. I notice, they'll have a few articles here and there and all that stuff on their site, but most of the time, when I go there, like, my focus is on the sweepstakes. Why don't they have a thing set up on their page to where you pick out the best article? Like, they can tell you, hey, can you read 4 short articles or whatever, and then you pick out the best one, and that way they got an idea as to who's reading what, and what's the best attention getter on their site. And then, like I said, the customer can fill out, or the person that's entering the sweepstakes can fill out the rest of the information and be entered into your sweepstakes. One time deal, bada bing, bada boom, for whatever. Like, if it's once a month or once every 3 months or whatever, however long you want sweepstakes to last, you can do that. And also, I've noticed these some of these companies are using these sweepstakes people that I think are questionable, like especially the ones that do that. Where that crap, when you read on into the information, it tells you that it may or may not, there may or may not be a winner selected. It's basically just a proposal, which is ridiculous. I think they need to just straight up do a sweepstakes. If you're going to do a sweepstakes, do a dadgum sweepstakes. Don't get people to enter their email and their phone numbers and all this stuff, so that you can hammer them with all this crap, or sell off their information to spammers. How about having a legitimate sweepstakes? And like I said, let it just be one entry per thing, and let people enter that way, and let it be something legit. Like what is it that you really want people to notice about your company, about your product? What are you really trying to sell the person? Put that out there. Let people see that, and have some interacting, or interactivity with that, to where they know kind of what it is that you're trying to sell them, and they might be interested in it and they might buy it. But if you're going to have a sweepstakes, have an actual sweepstakes and give good prizes. Like, I don't know about some of you guys, but I prefer cash prizes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it, other things maybe added in, like a gaming system or a laptop or Hostess cupcakes, or cocoa or M&Ms or whatever. It's nice when they can throw that type of stuff in there. But my main thing when I enter sweepstakes is I want cash. I love cash. That's the best thing that any company can offer me, is cash. Okay. The whole trip stuff, I'm not really interested in trips. I know some people are, but one thing a company could do, which I'm not trying to tell companies what to do. If you want to offer vacations and trips, if that's your part of your whole company's system, fine, But it'd be nice if you would also have like lesser prizes, like that deal with money. I think you would have a lot more people entering your sweeps if you did that. Like, have a main thing that's a trip, and then have other things that's money. Excuse me. And also, it would be nice if some of them had a cash offer in lieu of the trip. That would be nice, because let's face it, travel today is ridiculous. There's a lot of hassles. The airlines are crap. There's so many people complaining about it, and delays and all this stuff. And to me, a lot of it is more of a hassle than a prize. But if that's your game, like if you're a hotel chain, because there's lots of hotels and stuff out there that want to advertise for their chains or whatever, you might can offer a few nights stay at your hotel, along with also cash type things, and many have, so that's not really too big of an issue with this. But honestly, I would like to see more of these sweepstakes out there, and more cash prizes being offered. And I understand money's tight for everybody, but if you want people to come to your hotels, or you want people to buy your products, like your latest vehicle or whatever, well, put your product in that person's view. If you're trying to sell a new car, if you're one of these big car companies, well, number one, a good prize would be the new car that's coming out. Like, let that be the grand prize. And then also, offer the less cash prizes, but also send people out brochures and stuff with your with whoever wins whatever. You know, they can get the brochures and stuff, or anybody that signs up, they can have the option of getting your brochure. Like, if you want people to focus on your product, then put that product out there in some way. Don't make things complicated and make people have to go and like and subscribe on Facebook and all that Twitter and all this bunch of stuff, which, I mean, it's nice to put it on those platforms so that people can see it, and I can understand that. But and I'm fixing to discuss that a connection that could be reached between product companies and these sites. But but for the main thing, when people go to your site, just let them fill out the form and give you their information, enter the sweepstakes, and then you have your drawing, and then pick the winner. And then, like I said, pepper in your brochures and stuff and all this, so that people can check the product out, and make things entertaining, so that people will want to look at your product at least. And so when I mentioned about my idea for connections to YouTube and Facebook and all that, as I have mentioned in previous videos, it would be nice if said companies would have a page specifically set up for sweepstakes. Like, they can network up with all these product companies and set up a page that people can click on. Like, when you go to YouTube, it'd be nice if there was a little button that says sweepstakes that you can click on, that will take you to all these sweepstakes, from the major brands all the way down to the smaller companies. But of course, everything should be legit, and like, these companies can pay social media platforms such as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and Rumble, and all these other things. That would be a good money maker for those companies, in order to host links to your company's sweepstakes area. And also, you could partner with them to do commercials. Like, you could do a commercial, and they could put it up on their site, and even involve that in with people entering the sweepstakes. Like, they can pick out their favorite commercial. Like, these companies could say, okay, we have three commercials available, and we want something that didn't cost too much to make, and let the customer pick, or the person entering the sweepstakes, pick out the best commercial, and then at the end of the sweepstakes, they pick the best one, and then they run that on a main page on YouTube, or on the ads. Like, that will be the main one that will pop up on people's videos, and all that, when people go to watch a video. That would be a good idea. There's different ways that could be integrated into it, but the less junky everything is, the better. Because I've noticed anytime there is sweepstakes, you have to go on Google and look stuff up, and then a lot of times the sweepstakes will pop up on these junky websites that got all these spam ads on it. There's no one place that is trustworthy for these different sweepstakes to be held. And to me, I think that is hurting companies more than anything, because the less people that know, the less people that are going to check it out or whatever. And a lot of people don't trust these spammy websites. When I click on a website and I see a whole bunch of ads popping up all over the doggone place, I'm not going to trust it. If I don't know it, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to back out of here, and I might look at it and say, oh, and see that Twinkies is having a sweepstakes or something like that, and go to the main thing. But still, stumbling upon that is not easy. I remember back in the day, back about 10, 15, maybe a little longer years ago, there used to be sweepstakes clubs that people, and forums and all that people could go to back when companies actually had more sweepstakes and this whole internet thing was new. You could go there and there was a lot of stuff to choose from, which I never won anything worth the crap. I think I won some M&Ms one time, and I won a little miniature Humvee, because the main prize was a Humvee, but I won a little miniature toy Humvee. So that was like but still, it was fun. It was, I enjoyed entering all those sweepstakes. But then as time went on, more and more companies wanted you to go to all these other websites and click like and follow and all this stuff just to enter. And you had to prove that you did all that just to enter the sweepstakes. And then next thing you know, the people running the clubs and the forums and all that started charging, and anything that was offered free became junky, and it was through untrustworthy companies that were supposed to be running sweepstakes, but a lot of times it was just stuff so that they could get your email and your home address and all that stuff, so that they could sell it to third party spammers and all that crap. And they all do it, and we know that even the big companies, trustworthy companies, are selling your information. That's no secret. But if I'm going to go through the trouble and you're going to do that, then give me something in return. So that's how I feel about that. I just think that I feel like it would be good. It would be good for the economy, good for for these companies, good for their bottom line, if they would start back doing contests and give people, give good money prizes, or at least say if you offer $1,000 or $5,000, and you want to, maybe spread it up, maybe 4 or 5 people can be the winners of that, or whatever, or a grand prize of 25,000 or whatever. Make it legit, make it to where there's definitely going to be a winner, and then have your second, third, or whatever prizes. But like I said, if your goal is to get people to check out your product, then pepper that in there. Send people these brochures, send people samples, give people samples of your product and stuff, and that way that will click their interest, and you will probably do a lot better than sending people off to all these other websites and doing all this crap. Unless you're partnered up, say with YouTube or Facebook, and then people can go directly to those sites and go to, like I said, that special sweepstakes page that hosts all these sweepstakes, and then they can go to your sweepstakes there, and then you can have, however you want to do it, whether you want there to be voting or whatever. But at least that kind of keeps the focus on you, on your product, And I just think it would help. And it would, who wouldn't want, $1,000, $500, or $25,000 in their pocket from entering a sweepstakes? And then, maybe learning a little bit about, the latest Twinkie or cupcake or car, that's coming out. I think that would be awesome. Also, if they did partner up with YouTube or Facebook or Rumble or whatever, I think these companies could do surveys, where legitimate surveys, to where you can go to their website or whatever, and say if you've bought, it can ask you if you've bought a certain product lately, and you can go and answer, and they pay you. It would be nice to actually start back paying people. That way you can, it's kind of like having a focus group to test out your products to see if people like it. And one way to keep things kind of fair is if you put a special code. You start putting a special code either on the, so like if it's a soda, put it up under the cap, or in the information, like the plastic bottles, the plastic wrap that's on the outside. People can peel the label off and see a special code or something that you enter, so that the company will know that you actually did buy this product and you've tasted it or whatever. And also even on receipts, like if it's a mattress or a pillow, or if you stayed at the Marriott or Hilton, they can give you a special receipt that has a number on it that you can go to the website and you can tell them information about the product. If it's a hotel, you can talk about how your stay was and all that stuff. And then at the end of the survey, you actually get paid. Like there's no, maybe you could, blah, blah, blah. It would be nice if you know, like, feel like if they separated that stuff out. Like they could have one area that where you get a chance to win. Like you enter it and they do a drawing and somebody's going to win $100, somebody's going to win $500, whatever, and keep that legit and have actual winners on that. That would be nice. But also have just straight up surveys that once you go through the trouble of filling it out and doing that, you win. I mean, not win, but you get paid. That is what I'm trying to say. You actually get paid. They can either send it as a gift card. You can print off a thing that you might can take to Walmart or to some other place and cash it in. Like they run it through their register or whatever, then you get cash. You know, these companies might could partner up with Walmart or some other place like that, to where, you know, when you take that code or ticket or whatever, you can get cash that way. Or you know, like if people don't want to give out their bank accounts, or if you've got PayPal or something like that, they can, you know, send you money that way. However they want to do that, they can do it. But I just think this would be a good way for both companies and for customers if they started back doing it. Like, do it and do it right. Do it to where it's direct. People know what you want and you know what they expect in return. And everybody comes through on their promise, you know. But, it, you know, like I have said before in the past, you know, I think it would be really cool and entertaining if these companies could get up with companies like YouTube and Facebook and Rumble and all that stuff and say, hey, you know, can y'all host, you know, start hosting these sweepstakes for us, so that we know, because customers trust you. They trust your social media. And this would bring them to our company and they will be able to check out our products and our sales will go up. And, you know, they will enter our sweepstakes and things will be better for us, rather than just having it out there on our page, out in the middle of the World Wide Web, and then these junky, spammy sites pick up the link and, you know, let people go, you know, go take their chances of finding it that way. I just think it would be better, and especially, like I said, if it was entertaining and all that, people can kind of get in on it, and it would just be fun, and I just think it would be a good, you know, promotional thing. But, you know, I know people have different opinions about that stuff, but, you know, that's like, for instance, like this, you know, this Coke thing that's running a sweepstakes and all that. You know, where you get tickets and go to concerts and all that. All that's great and everything, but it would just be nice if there was just more cash prizes. I would just love to see more cash, and then maybe throw in a few things here and there that deal with the Coke brand and all that. But, you know, that's just my opinion about it. So yeah. Uh, but anyway, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.